right now filming on Vermont state land. This is called Hawks Mountain. This is the first attempt for the British to go from the Connecticut River Valley to the Champlain Valley, which goes up to Montreal. I forget if he was a captain or a general, Hawks, of the British, tried to follow the old Indian road through the mountain, but they lost a cannon on the way. They just found out that this mountain was too tough to traverse, and so they ended up going across the river. You can see the power line right there. It goes down to the river. On the opposite side of the river is a major route, corridor path from the Champlain Valley to the Connecticut River Valley, and that's where they ended up making the path. But I'm here today because of this wall that is bordering the power line, and it doesn't make much sense why it's here. You can see bedrock over there. It starts at a large piece of bedrock. It keeps going down. There is a lot of debris around it from clearing the power line. Yeah, let's take a walk and show you. It's very cliffy. There's cliffs over there. There's a cliff right here. This is a cliff fan, actually. See right there. Better view of it down there. This is an old road right here. Walk that real quick. And like all old roads that go through a stone wall, they moved the stone wall in order to create the road. See right there that they moved it from the path. You can see the cliff where the wall rolls down and continues, where it was cleared, and it keeps going. I would walk the power line, but it's actually cleaner in the woods. The power line is a mess. They just throw all the clippings right up against the wall. But you'll notice a lot of this, a lot of quartz in this wall. There's some right there, some right there. And it gets really steep further down. Yeah, this is the landscape. The land is all pillowy, boulders and bedrock everywhere. It doesn't look like it was ever farmed. I think this is a big thing of quartz. I can't really tell. It might be. Yeah, it is quartz. Some more right there. A lot of quartz in this wall. And this is this very standard thing I'm seeing is walls in very rocky, mountainous areas. I don't know why human would farm. That was cool. You can tell it's just a mess. Little interesting constructions right there. Another cliff or bedrock. Ooh, that's actually a huge boulder connected to that. It's quartz underneath it, looks like. Can't really tell. Yeah, bedrock, and then the wall continues with the bedrock. This is what the terrain's like. It's not the best walking. Interesting stones within the wall. Some huge stones. Look at the size of this one. massive. Around that debris pile. And the landscape on the other side of the wall. You can see all the bedrock up there underneath the power line. Apologize for being away from the wall so much, but they just decided to throw the clippings from the power line on it, which I think is a little disrespectful, but it's just a mess. Another old road right here. I can't tell if they cleared it because it's absolutely buried. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to the woods because there's less snow and it's, again, easier walking. Looking back up. Trying to get down fast because there's a few other spots around here. I want to make it one video. No, I don't want to make it too long. And, very similar construction style that I see in walls. A center stone with like stonework circling around it. Very common. You can see the terrain is not kind. Can't imagine making this wall here. It is, even with the debris out of the way, it's not easy walking. It's kind of interesting. I can't tell if it collapsed or what happened here. Could be an old road. Kind of looks like it is. Not sure. Down here it gets pretty steep. A big old boulder right there in the landscape, and some more bedrock, boulders in with the wall. There's a big boulder right there. And this is where it gets steep. That was like an old lamp. A heating thing. Not really sure. And you can tell the terrain around here is just getting steeper and rockier. Yeah, see all the boulders over here? Just everywhere. Even you can see the boulders. Hopefully you can see them over in the power line. Just super rocky. Another giant boulder right there. Now, this comes to an end down here. Down into the floodplain of the river. And the wall ends right here in this kind of pile. But then over this way, something interesting. See, there's a lot. Stonework. Next, just some running water. And that's it. Actually, it might keep going. I don't know. But, yeah, peculiar little stonework right here. Yeah, go shot it. Alright, and then this interesting wall or stone row or stonework over this way. Old gas can. Here it is. This is the old path again. I came here during the summer and this path was not visible at all. Okay, across the river right there. To get over here, it's only a real way to get over here because the land on the far side of the power line is private, and from this side on you can see the mountain up there, and it just winds right down to where this is. This starts right here. Really interesting. And this just goes up the mountain. See how far I can go up today. I'm not really sure how far up this goes. But on the LiDAR, it goes up quite a ways. But LiDAR also misses some walls that's buried. Like, it didn't really detect this because you can see how heavily buried it is, and it's just entangled into landscape. It's just boulders everywhere, bedrock. Here's some more. Okay, go to a boulder. Boulder. With stonework on top. Better shot that. I'm on the downhill side because, as you can see from the uphill side, it's not very visible. You have to be downhill in order to see it. a big old piece of quartz somewhere around here. I'll try to find it. It's been a while since I've been in here. Up there somewhere, I believe. It's pretty interesting. It's like one of the few. It was probably taller at one point. It's just over time. As you can see, the trees knock them over. Snow melt, frost, runoff. This is where it gets interesting. Well, you know, more interesting. It's huge. I think I see the quartz up there. Let's go take a look at that. Yeah, this shows you the landscape. Not easy. That looks like more stonework right there. In front of the quartz boulder. That's a... Oh, there's more stonework. Look at that. Oop. Right there. Connecting to the boulder. There's the quartz. It's huge. Here's 50. You know, I can find out for sure. One moment, sorry. It's worn off, but 48, 50-inch ski pole. And that big piece of quartz. All right. Back down to the wall. So you have a place to cross it. And like, just thinking this. Wall walls I see in other areas like this, you see it was repurposed, or, you know, they put barbed wire fencing on it. There's no barbed wire over here. Oh, we got a path here. And that was cleared. You can see the stone right there. The stone right there was cleared to make this path. Interesting. I'm not sure what that's about. I haven't seen too many markings around here. The path is actually not too bad up here. I'm gonna walk up a little bit more and call it good, because it just keeps going. And this terrain is tiring. It is rocky, uneven. This road is just a mess. But the wall is set in on another boulder. Someone walked in front of it, and then I fell off. Crossing the wall. Yeah, it just keeps going. And And the stonework, it looks like he's getting bigger. Look at the size of these boulders. That's a boulder. Again, I don't have anything else for sale, but ski pole. Could an ox or a horse or a donkey get through this terrain and haul these rocks down? Because I don't see people doing that. Or maybe, I don't know. Well, people did, obviously, but it's a lot of work. It's also a lot of work for a road that didn't work out. And actually, I found a paper from 1870 or 1860. A guy in Plymouth, Vermont, wrote a paper about the foundation of the Crown Point Road. And in that paper, he wrote it was established in 44 days. From all the research I've done prior to that, it made it seem like it was a multi-year thing. It took a lot of effort, but pretty much the effort was waiting for the Native Americans to disperse from the area because this was their area. They know the terrain, and the British wanted to take over the terrain so they can get up to Montreal easier. And finally, they drove the Native Americans out, and they tried this path. And as you can see, it's not good. So they kind of gave up on it and went across the river. So in 44 days, I don't see this happening. They tried and failed. There's a cannon apparently somewhere up here in the mountain. In the 70s, a forest fire wiped out most of this mountain, and a few people are reported, a few of the firefighters reported that they saw the cannon, but no real hard evidence for that. Again, stone encircled with more stones. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it good here, because I would like to get to the top, but just don't have the time today. It's more of a hike than I thought it would be, but pretty interesting. But one thing I want to focus on before I end, this peculiar stone right here. Interesting. I don't know. And there's plenty more stonework here. It's just sporadic. It's just lines. Like this one. This one starts down there at the river and goes all the way up to the mountaintop. And then it just ends. And there's just more of that around here, like the one over there where we started. That started at bedrock and ended at the river. They just start and stop. I don't know what to make of it.